Hello, Jim. It is a pleasure to visit with you again. Today, we will talk about your article, The Entrepreneur's Edge, Being an Entrepreneur, some of the challenges and false perception. Before we begin, please provide the audience a summary about Artist Advisor Partners and Artist Core Services.
Well, first of all, Michael, thank you for having me, and a very good Friday morning to you. We're all excited about getting the weekend underway, but we're even more excited about launching this webinar series that we'll call The Entrepreneur's Edge. To answer your question about Artist Advisory Partners, you know that Artist Advisory provides consulting services to small or medium-sized companies, and our traditional clientele, companies that were already in business and either struggling or just trying to find their stride to reach the next plateau. We recently started a service called the Grow Now, Pay Later service, and if you have a chance, you should go to our website and look at it, because what this service does, it provides entrepreneurs and startups a leg up, and it's really a fantastic program. As a precursor to that program, we thought it would be a really great idea to highlight some of the things that at least I have experienced as an entrepreneur. And so we've decided to do this series, and we are all calling it The Entrepreneur's Edge, Understanding Your Inner Entrepreneur. Getting back to the core services of Artist Advisory Partners, I think we are a traditional consulting, capital, advisory service where we will redefine or refine a corporate goal and structure a new plan for any corporation that needs a restructuring of a plan. We'll do branding for them. We will articulate their marketing plans. We'll communicate their investment thesis to investors. We'll create a go-to-market strategy for them. We provide introductions to partnerships, joint ventures, mergers and acquisitions of people within their industry. And we'll do all of the professional services from an advisory level that we think we could put together within our Artist team. Our Artist team is a pretty dynamic team. Our value proposition of our team is it makes every founding member either a business owner or a professional executive that has been in business for more than 20 years. And they're all in different fields. So we really do believe that at Artist Partners, we can provide services to companies that just need to have that sort of helping hand. Our business development, value creation, and branding, we think, is second to none, because we are very innovative in the way we go after our business, and our partners within the Artist group and our preferred partners who work on the periphery of the Artist team are just wonderful at what they do. We'll do all the structuring, restructuring of idea generation. We'll innovate both from a creative side as well as from a disruptive side. We'll do all the private equity consulting, venture capital advisory that a company may need. We'll create their IT architecture, we'll manage it for them, and we'll come up with sales strategies. We think that any company that is looking to get to the next plateau and doesn't really want to spend $1 million or even $500,000 on a big consulting firm or by hiring experienced help to be a new CMO or a COO or a CEO, we think that they will do very well by engaging Artist Advisory Partners.
Some of my favorite from the article are being an entrepreneur is a lifestyle rather than an undertaking of a business venture. To realize that you do not understand is a virtue. Not to realize that you do not understand is a defect. And one of the ones that I really like is time is not only our most precious commodity, but it can also be corrosive in nature. Time kills all deals. Now tell us why you wrote this article.
Okay, well, Michael, some of it, first of all, I have a pretty extensive history of doing business in Asia, so I have many Lao Tzu quotes that I use, and some of them are great, and the one that you just mentioned is obviously one of his more famous ones. I also, I guess, have a lot of Machiavelli quotes on my Entrepreneur's Edge. But the reason why I wrote the article is pretty simple. I think I'm a serial entrepreneur. I started my own business at 26 years old. I had a great mentor before I actually started my own business, and he was a very successful entrepreneur. The things I learned along the way, I think, have really helped me, both by mistakes and some of the successes I've had, really have helped me come to the level where I am right now, where I feel comfortable in teaching other entrepreneurs about the lifestyle. Lifestyle is a key point here, because being an entrepreneur is not the same thing as doing something entrepreneurial, and I state that in my article. The reason why I think the article is pretty important is I would be remiss if I told you how uncomfortable I feel when I see people writing books, when I see people trying to sell what I like to call the magic beans of business ownership utopia. There is no utopian advantage in owning a business for someone who's not ready for it. Entrepreneurship is a way of life that is very dedicating. It has its trials, it has its tribulations, and it's based on, in my opinion, it's based on people who have passion to be successful, they have passion for their mission, they have passion to achieve their goals, and it has nothing to do with attaining rewards. And I thought this was an important article to write, and it is the precursor to a book, but I thought it was an important article to write because we have many young people coming out of schools today, and all they hear about is how they need to be an entrepreneur and how they need to start up a company. And while I think it's really important because those are tomorrow's job creators, those are tomorrow's innovators, but they need to know that there are strings attached. That's why I wrote the article. I wanted them to know the truth. Now we are going to take that article and we're going to turn it into a webinar so that perhaps I can engage them a little bit better and answer their questions.
Please tell us about the timing for the upcoming webinar on the Entrepreneurial Edge.
Well, first of all, we are planning to have the first of our series. We are expecting to do this as a series. And the series is going to be called The Entrepreneur's Edge. And sort of as a subtitle, we'll call it Understanding You're an Entrepreneur. And you'll understand what that means if you read the article, which you can find on the Beehive on our website. But our first of a series will start on the 22nd of June. We are planning to start the webinar at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we think that you would really have a great understanding of you're an entrepreneur if you took the time to spend an hour with us for our webinar. You can find out about the webinar as we progress on our website at www.outispartners.com, and you could click on Contact Us, and you will find a place where you could sign up for this webinar and other webinars that we will be hosting as we go forward through the summer months.
Thank you, Jim, for sharing that information with us. And we look forward to the upcoming webinar and future webinars on Artists' very creative services.